Is it working? Hey, looks like it's working. Let's see. Really? Hmm. Haha. Hey guys, what's up? TI-Freak here, back on the Cemetech Minecraft Server. I know it's been ages since I've done an actual, interactive live stream. Hopefully I'll be able to better pay attention this time since the last one last week didn't go so well. But yeah, thought it was time to hang out, chill out, and see what kind of work we can get done because it's been quite some time since we've done anything to the base. And I have to go back and look, but when was the last time we recorded and posted anything here? Anyway, we'll just consider this a first time viewing of the place, and you guys can check it out, see what you think. Anyway, this is my storage area. I am out in the middle of an ocean. This is an ocean monument farm, as you can possibly see. I tried to make it look somewhat appealing with the colors. I mean, I really like the reds and how they kind of reflect each other there. Got our manual storage in here. Most of this down here is your building blocks. Up here is mob drops, foods, and miscellaneous blocks and tools and such. Down here is our mass storage for all our farms. This here is storage for our prismarine shards. And this over here is for our prismarine crystals. And eventually we'll get around to putting a nice cover on it and getting this all cleaned up. Once upon a time, all four sides of the storage looked similar to this here, with a wall of chests on four different sides. Ended up that was not a good way to store things and was causing a considerable amount of lag to the server, so I created this storage solution here based off of some work that Impulse SV had done with shulker storage. On this side over here is storage for our melon and pumpkin farm, which is located underneath the floor. It hasn't been operating for nearly as long as some of the other farms, so there's not really a lot there to store yet. We have a sugarcane storage set up here, which, as you can see, it's been running for a while. The cactus farm, we've actually sold quite a bit of this. It's kind of rebuilding. Bamboo is no longer really being pushed up to here, and I'll show you why. But I have 10 double chests plus hoppers plus I think 6 shulker boxes full of bamboo. So that's not really in any form of shortage right now. This here is for a future project that we'll be working on eventually, mushroom farm, which, as you saw, I'm growing mycelium over there, which will be the primary need for our farm. But you need quite a few stacks of it if you're going to get anywhere getting mushrooms. So one step at a time. And as you can see, we've got our dried kelp getting stored into here. I'm thinking I'll probably add another row, maybe two to it. And it was all the way out here with chests, but as I said before, I was trying to reduce lag, and I can put these back here now that the server's running paper and lag isn't really much of an issue these days. I do have storage for some of our prismarine blocks, bricks, and sea lanterns. The sea lanterns, we are filled up all the way to this point here. So I'm getting kind of close to a point where if they don't start doing something more with shards, I'm just going to have to start chucking them in the trash because there's not really that much call for sea lanterns right now. I've been working on trying to bolster my storage of the blocks and bricks, and we'll get there eventually. This is for eventually for the watermelon as I take them out of the storage over there, craft them into blocks, and toss them into the system. I don't have any villagers over here yet to trade with, which is eventually something we're going to have to work on. Kelp blocks. As you can see, we've gotten quite a few of these. I've also put them in my shop in the Nether, which we'll go investigate here after a while. But yeah, it's a great source of for furnaces and such, instead of burning up all of your coal and you have to keep going to get that resource back. Got a chicken farm, which we'll go take a look at up top here in a minute. And we have a ink sac storage, because obviously it's going to generate some squid. Not a lot, but it does pick up some. It's also storage for anything that I go out and decide to kill. As to the chicken farm, I'm sure you can already hear by this point. Didn't make it. And as you can see, just a basic chicken farm. The chickens drop eggs, go into the dispenser, which automatically fires off. The chickens themselves are on a slab, and when they grow up into a full adult chicken, they will be able to touch the water, which pulls them in, and they go into the same killing chamber as the guardians there. Sadly, does not produce any cooked chicken, so we'll have to do that ourselves manually at some point. As you can see, it doesn't produce, eye-dropping amounts of guardians, but it does enough, especially since there's not tons of demand on the server right now for this stuff. We'll take a look downstairs. Oh yeah, we picked up some dried kelp. I probably should get that back in the system. Yeah, this here, you just dump your items off, it drops it in a waterway and gets sent into here, which goes to the sorting system. Other minuscule things around here on the main floor. We've got I think this one was a pickle farm? Yeah, sea pickle farm. Just something simple and basic. I'll get around to something a little more automated eventually. Just not really been in need of. This is where I got my start on the eggs. I created a quick chicken farm. I'll probably end up tearing this down eventually, as there's no real need to keep eggs around anymore. And this is where our wool storage is at. As you can see, you got the 16 different colors. I have not finished the construction of the build around it yet. I couldn't come up with an idea on what I wanted to do for the roof. I thought about utilizing more of the red nether brick, but I may even end up tearing some of that up and trying to fix that a little better. But it's the same principle as this up here. It just basically loops around until it gets all the items sorted. In case you happen to go on a killing spree like I tend to do and kill a bunch of animals, then you can just toss in the bulk of the items and they'll just keep looping around until they get sorted. Quick and dirty furnace array. Nothing special here. And down below, the heart and soul of our farms. And I think I just picked up, 2 lime wool here. It's a little bit of a flaw with this design that I decided to go with, as would actually be alright, but the hoppers here give space for the wool to pop up onto the blocks instead of being drawn up by the minecart underneath the dirt. So that's kind of frustrating, and you have a little bit of loss, but it's not really enough to be too worried or concerned about. But yeah, I basically wanted to set this area up that once I seal it off and get everything built that I want to build, I'm not going to come back down here again. It's going to be done and over with and self-sufficient. As you can see, we've got a... Get up there. Our little bit of a cactus farm. I know English, just a little difficult at the moment. It produces a fair amount of cactus. I've already filled up the double chest twice, and like I said, I've sold it all, so it's just currently running and rebuilding. I think there was 75 cactus here in this farm. So, yeah, easy design. And it looks like we're catching the pumpkin melon farm after the system's already fired. So, basic hopper minecart system goes around, picks up the stuff after all the pistons break things. Got your staggered formation of melon and pumpkin put up in here. Let's see. Let me up there. And then, of course, just the standard redstone circuitry for that fun little thing. And then we have our... Ow. Got your sugarcane farms. Got 2 columns here of them. But sadly, they've already fired off. They lose a little bit, but they're actually pretty good. They get most of it into the water, so you don't have to worry too much about loss here. Let's see, I don't really see any floating on the edge like normal. If you go just a single wide, then you tend to lose a bit more, as the pieces from this side will land here and vice versa. But it produces quite a lot of sugarcane, as we saw earlier, and I need to get around to getting all that to a villager to take over and get all the emeralds. Alright, on to the bigger farms that we currently have on hand. This is the unloader for the bamboo system. Eventually I need to get a second cart to fire off. I just haven't quite pinned down the redstone logic that I need to do to pull that off, to where this one, once it comes up here to unload, this one fires off, which then causes this one, when it unloads, to come over here, and etc, etc. That simple bamboo farm, I'm already picking some up. Basically, it just detects every few blocks. It has a observer, and it detects when the growth gets up there, pops a bunch of them up down at one shot. And there are 4 layers, I think, of this. Is there 5? I don't remember. I think that's 3. So yeah, that's 4 layers of it. And the kelp farm is actually very similar in design to the bamboo farm. It's picking them up. But basically, as I said, it's very much like the bamboo farm. Is it just kind of builds up until it gets into the observer's face, and then it pops a whole bunch of kelp at one time. So they're all just tied into one long string of redstone. They power however far they're going to power. Just ignore that there. That was something else entirely administrative wise. And we have 4 layers of that too. As you can see, there is some loss. Nothing we can really do about that. I'm sure there are other designs that are better suited for kelp farms if that's what you end up wanting to do. But yeah, just my little design, my little piece of work here in Minecraft. As to the bamboo setup, that did get a full load. I do have a wire that if I wanted to, I could flip this lever like so, and it redirects the bamboo and goes off that way. But since we don't want that to happen because it needs to fuel our smelting system up there for the kelp, which just fired off as it's dumping more kelp into the system. Oops, let's get those tossed in there. Now, like I said, the bamboo is what fuels this system here, and because bamboo is actually a really terrible source of fuel, it takes, I think it was, what, 4 bamboo per 1 kelp to smelt. And this system actually gets overloaded with kelp really quickly and can't keep up. So I took a design by Il Mango for the faster, what is that, smoker? It ain't smokers. Is it blast furnaces? Oh no, smokers. Okay. So the smoker array, which allows you to evenly distribute your items you're wanting to put in a smoker to do it more quickly. I had to change things up because, like I said, it ran out of bamboo too quick, and then it piled up with kelp, and then once you started putting bamboo back in the system, it just could not keep up with it. So it doesn't have the redstone set up on the back side for distributing the fuel. It just does its best to try and keep all the hoppers filled up, which it kind of fails at. But once it does, it shuts the system off and redirects your kelp. So it has a minimum and maximum detection. And this is, once this chest gets to a certain point being full, it will cause this piston to extend out so it completes the circuit from the minimum required chest, which as you can see is still full there, and it allows the system to start accepting kelp. Once this chest here gets too low, it will actually depower this, which also unlocks this piston and lets it retract. And when it does that, it starts sending your kelp, if I can get up here, off into the little pit of lava there, so it gives this thing a chance to recover its bamboo, which takes quite a while, sadly. God knows how much bamboo we're losing because I don't have the second cart system going yet. But that's a project for another day. Hopefully I'll get somebody smarter than me in here to help me get that figured out. But base-wise, that pretty much covers it. Future plans, I plan on having a couple, 2, 3 maybe, mushroom farms right here, because they don't have to be very wide. They do need to be covered up a bit. I just need to figure out how I want to handle the redstone pulsing of it and how often I want to do that. So, something I've been giving some thought to. It's still a little ways off since I want to have a pretty good sized farm for it. And yeah. There's the remnants of the sheep that I were breeding to put into the slots there. I guess technically I could kill off a couple of them and save on the load for, passive mobs. Oh, yes, this thing. I haven't mentioned a word about it existing yet. Hey, there's my silk touch pick I was looking for before. Cool. Let me get rid of this here. Oh, there we go. Make that go away. And where do I have my ores? Haha. Yeah, we'll do the redstone ore. Okay, so before we get into that, I should show off a little bit on terms of my tooling. These tools are basically OP in a big way, but they have Curse of Vanishing off on them, so if I die, I end up losing it. But these particular tools and even my armor comes from a Halloween event that I created here for this server several years ago, actually, and we just updated it, and we've had 3 teams run through it so far. Me being on one of them, so I have myself a copy in 3. Mostly because, hey, I built the thing, I should be able to have a copy of those armors, right? Hydration check. But, yeah, so if I get into a situation that looks like I'm taking a lot of damage, I'm probably not, because these things are really awesome. And I keep the chest plate and my ender chest up there, because it's far more fun to fly. But the efficiency 8 fortune 5 pick is what we'll be using to showcase this little contraption. As you can see, it's got a button up top. You click it and it activates water, and you can place concrete powder blocks here and then mine them, and you get your concrete. And the system itself will actually, put your captured items down here for you, but if you're going through like redstone or lapis or something like that ores, it will, needless to say, overload the system with the, what was this, Fortune 5. So basically the idea of this particular device is you just place here and you hit both buttons at once with the mouse. And you just watch all your items get, flooding into here. It was something I set up quite a while back. It's useful. I've got friends that come over and utilize it because they don't really want to have to deal with putting one of their own up. One issue that I did notice is, if I can get here, sometimes XP orbs will get trapped back in here, so you'll have to get close to it and absorb those if you're in need of them. Clearly I'm not. I'm at level 72. So, yeah, that's my fun little device that's quite useful. And I guess I should show off the last few things that's on the main floor here. As you can see, simple, basic nether wart farm. Contemplated doing the water-based, but the problem is you still got to go back through and replant. It's kind of boring. Besides, with Fortune 5, it actually affects how many of these things you get. As you see, I've almost got a stack, and I've only done 8 blocks. So, yeah, it's kind of handy for that too. So I just do this manually. I need to get around to building a better looking, not really a building, I don't know, farm frame, I guess. I just haven't gotten that far with it. It's not been a overly big concern, and I do want to change the blocks up since we are in 1.16.2 or 3, one of those two. And we got a lot of better blocks we can use, and I think I'm going to try and utilize some of the new nether blocks for this. Make it look a little more in tune and in line with the farm itself. Over here, I've got my cows. Only a few, because I don't really have a wheat farm, so breeding them's kind of, well, I can breed them up, and I can go build a quick wheat farm, but who has the time for that? Then I got my piggies, got my foxes. Need to see about getting them moved off into their own pen. They've been here for quite a while. That did not work out at all. Here, we'll feed them. Feed the foxes. Aren't they just so freaking cute? Love the little guys. I have been wanting to put a few other things in here. I just haven't decided what I can or want to put on here. Same goes with this area. Wow, as you can see, this is already turned all into mycelium. So it's ready to harvest this stuff. We may do that here after a bit, once we get done with our tour. Come on, Elytra. Take the elevator up. Going up. Haha. This kitty cat has been here for a long time. I'm afraid of breaking the glass to try to get him saved because you know inevitably he's going to fall down to his death down there, and I don't want that, so I figured he's happy bouncing there. Got ourselves a nether portal. We'll take a quick trip through there here after a bit. Kind of got it enclosed following the theme of the overall base. We've captured some of our skeleton horses. Got myself a quaint little stable of sorts. It's kind of interesting, all of the different noises the blocks themselves make now. Oh, hey. Decent shot. That was not. Dang it. There we go. Let me up here. You saw the elevator to come up. Got the elevator to go back down, which is just falling into a puddle of water down there. Thank God that it absorbs all the impact. Got ourselves our enchanting and brewery room. Keep a few potions here. Not really much, because who needs potions? And we got some ingredients, but I need to work on getting some of the other stuff up here and maybe make it look a little better. You got your water source, which put it inside of the trapdoors to kind of make it look like it was in a barrel. Then we got barrels. I mean, it still kind of looks cool, right? Hydration check. I don't usually talk this much anymore. And over here, we got our blank books. Got all the lapis. All the lapis. For the most part, the lapis gets turned into blue dye and put in my shop, which we'll get around to seeing here eventually. And kind of messed up on the build, and I may end up taking some time later to extend the build of this a little bit, move this wall out another block, because honestly, that kind of bothers me, having a space here, no space there, and meh. Let's see. The circuitry that powers the Guardian Farm. As you can see, somebody made mention that I could do this without using a single bit of redstone dust. I'm like, you know what? Challenge accepted. So I did the thing. And in order to turn the system off, all you gotta do is open that up. And you can see the lights blinking off into the distance. All the dispensers are recollecting their water. And yeah, the system's now off, and it will be generating very few guardians. I mean, there's water on the bottom that funnels all the guardians to the center, and that will generate, you know, your 4 to 8 here and there. But otherwise, yeah, at this point, the system is currently shut down, and we'll no longer see much in the way of guardians. Future plan here. There it is. Let's see, I thought I heard that sucker. Cool. Future plan is I plan on building an actual building around here. Oh, hi, Pigman. And, maybe put a cap over it. And I kind of want to set it up to where I have, like, a monument to Eevees on top of here. Build some 3D Eevee models, because Eevee is the best Pokemon. I mean, it is. You can't. No, there is no question. There is no argument. There is no denial. Eevee is the best. Fight me. Hello, Galaxy J4. How you doing? Anyway, get the system turned back on here and go check out one of the other farms. All the lights blinking into the distance. Oh. Oh. Ah, jerks. Bring it on. Seriously? My timing is terrible. Or my hitbox. There we go. There's one. Get away from the cat a little bit and they'll come down to visit. Seriously, I missed? There we go. Now, we got the most chill and relaxing sort of farm, because it's not automated at all, here on the build. And it's for the bees, because we must save the bees. Look at these cute little guys still going at it, even though it's nighttime. Probably time to clear out some of the honey, though. Maybe they're a little upset about that. Next to foxes, I think the bees are one of the cutest things they added to this game. It was very needed. Let's see. And I think I just stepped on another one. Poor bee. Moving on. Oops. Got our dye farm here, which is just your typical 4 of the 2 tall flowers. And basically the way this farm works is you got your bone meal feed here, and then you turn the device on, but wait, nothing's happening. Oh no, there's nothing coming into any of these boxes. What's going on? Oh, I need red dye. Check it out. And there you go. You can select which flower you want to get from the system instead of having it flash all 4 of them at once, because, hey, that's kind of wasteful on your bone meal. Because honestly, you know, it's like I've got tons of these yellow flowers here, and well, I think I'd remove that storage. But it's like at this point, these flowers generate what, 2 or 3 per. So you know, I have no need to really get a whole bunch more yellow flowers for now until I have somebody actually need it or I need it myself. And yeah, that'd just be kind of a waste. And here's our I know the word, cocoa beans. There we go. Got the cocoa bean farm, which is, you know, kind of nice. It utilizes the piston push up, push down method to break the beans, and then you have to manually go around and replant them. I'd push the button, but it takes a little while to get all those put back up there, and I don't want to really feel like dealing with that until, you know, after the tour's done, maybe. And then we got a simple tree farm here. I mean, I know there's automated versions of this, and I thought about building one of those, but that makes a lot of noise, and you have to just sit there and idle, and meh, lots of pistons, lots of redstone, you have to get perfect. And it kind of doubles in as a little park of sorts. But, yeah, just your basic log farm of sorts. And with this axe, you kind of cut through them pretty quick with efficiency 8. So you can take a forest of trees down really, really fast. And I left these barrels up here to store some saplings, even though the storage down below actually has chests for saplings as well. It just makes it easier if I throw some in here for later usage. And, oh, I don't think I showed you the cow technician we have. It's still quite the mystery how he spawned up here, too. Because there's not been one block of grass put in this area. And yet, I have a cow. We have no idea how he got here. He was just here one day, wandering around the myriad of circuits, all the redstone. I've just left him there. No reason to hurt the cow. Get out of there. Let's see. Oh, I failed to mention one thing. I'm a mod on this server, so we can do a little bit of cheating to check out things here inside without having to bring in a secondary account. I could spell. There we go. And in we go. So we'll sneak over to creative for just a moment so you guys can see what it is we're doing here. But as you can see, it creates a whole bunch of water that pushes the guardians down into the open gates here, which the area itself that covers is pretty extensive, like for huge area. But since I'm so close, they aren't really spawning too well. Trying to see if we can lighten this up a little bit. You can see them falling. Hooray, dynamic lighting. Now obviously the best place for me to be for this farm to work at its most efficient would be to go all the way up to the top to my AFK platform, but we're not going to do that because technically we're not supposed to AFK here on the server. There's only 3 people online at the moment, so it's not really going to drop a whole lot of mobs. And we'll sneak out. And catch myself before I die. Alright. Need some more water. And that canteen is empty. Got 2 more on me, so we're good there. We'll see if Pie Man needs some help, because we're going to be going to spawn here in a moment anyway. While we're down here, let's go ahead and get rid of a few of these things. Looks like it's all drops except that. Gonna need to box some more of that up. Thank God I've got tons and tons of shulker boxes. Over here. No, we don't want to put that there. That's just wrong. Alright, so got food, got rockets, got my weapons. Good to go. And as you can see, we have quite a nice area around my place that we can build and expand upon if we so desire. In this direction here is my friend's place from Kerm Martian. He is building Arcadia again, but he doesn't really have a lot of time to play on the server with us, which is quite sad because he works a lot and he needs more relaxation time. But, you know, adults gotta adult. And I won't spoil too much in the way of things here, but yeah, this is his place. I think he's got some videos and streams, so feel free to take a look at what he does. Like I said, his channel name's Martian, and we collaborated on this bridge. I built the decking, or no, I helped build some of the decking. I was the one that created the design for the support beams here and the lighting to help keep mobs off of it. Doesn't fully work out because there's some places here and there that is still dark, but you know, it adds to the excitement and adventure. And we'll take the quick way to spawn real quick. Alright, so this is spawn. Once I show Pieman where he needs to go for the shopping center, we will take a little bit better look here at the spawn that a group of us built way back when. I think during 1.12. Wow, that took a surprising amount of time. As you can see, got the fancy outpost. This here is my shop. I sell a little bit of everything, odds and ends, this and that. We utilize a trust system here. Of course, I can sneak on to a special mode to investigate whether or not something's been stolen from a chest. But as you can see, we just keep the prices and how much of an item on the boxes themselves. Sell kelp blocks and got bamboo, got your scaffold blocks. This is your dye aisle. I plan on doing carpets, or not carpets, but wools, and I'll put them over here when I get enough of them to actually sell. That requires me to hang out more at my base to let that system work. And then, of course, the prismarine stuff. Dark prismarine's hard to get because don't see a lot in the way of your ink sacs. So I know we have an ink sac farm somewhere here on the server, and I need to go investigate that and spend a few diamonds because I've got diamonds to burn. Then, of course, you got your sandstones, which obviously I need to restock a little bit there, but yeah, whatever. Got glass, got the log types, got a few different leaf block options, but not something I really keep a lot of on hand, and most people don't really care to have anyway. And then we got some decoration blocks like the dead bush, you got leather, got sugar cane, and then this area here is for food. Upstairs we have a this will be a shopping area from Martian for Arcadia, but he doesn't really have much but the mending books. Like I said, eventually I want to get the wools put in over there. What else was it? Oh yeah, some like getting in some the diorite granite blocks and stuff like that in here. Because I'm pretty sure I have some excess now I could sell. And then, of course, shulker boxes. Lots of shulker boxes. I have so many shulker boxes. We employ a plugin that allows for when you kill a shulker, you get 2 shells instead of just the chance at getting a 1, which is dumb. We don't like that. It it just kind of made sense to have it this way. And I spent, oh man, it was almost 2 weeks when our end was limitless. And I got so many shulker shells, so many elytra. I have tons more elytra sitting back at my base. And yeah, so I should probably restock some of the enchanted. I may do that later. But oops. Make sure I show him how to get to there first, because went and stole the customer from them. And yeah, ender chests kind of important for a shop to have. You know, those that may have watched Hermitcraft or maybe other servers, they've probably got similar setups because, hey, got to have access to your diamonds. Don't keep them on you all the time. Oh, hmm. Huh. Now that I see that, that kind of bothers me. The way this, that, meh, whatever. Um, anyway, it was, I don't remember, 2, 3 weeks after we got the server going. We opened the nether up, yada yada. I spent time building this, and admittedly, I did it out of creative because I wasn't going to be looking for nether blocks and such, and yeah, that just pain in the shorts. Besides, it's a protected hub. It was supposed to have been done before the server was launched, and we kind of failed at doing that. So, yeah, I decided to continue on with the city theme, which we'll get back to here shortly, and kind of create like an outpost feel. Big glass dome and glass to shield people from the lava, kind of like how the city had glass keeping people up above the water. And I think there was some signs back over here. It has been a long time since I fully explored this area. Oh, yeah, this was rules on setting up the nether paths. Um, for the most part, I pushed this look here with the granite and diorite, and smooth stone pathways for the floor, andesite for the walls, and your magma blocks as a light source, which before, if you put a torch behind them, it would cause them to brighten up, but one of the previous updates changed some of that. Um, I have contemplated going through and replacing the magma blocks with sea lanterns because I have like 20,000 of those things. Huh. Oh yeah, spider farms over here. That makes sense. But yeah, just not something that's been overly important, and I really haven't discussed it with everybody else, so I'll see what they say. But this was pretty much the template for all the future uh, nether pathways, because I wanted to make sure that it was safe enough for horses to travel and for crazy people like me to do things like this. Ow. And yeah, this was the first nether tunnel that was built, and this here, sorry, was my first base of sorts. I wanted to go out to the far reaches and wanted to set up and build. Let's see, I think. Oh, yeah. I had villagers hiding in here. I took them to my base and then they got killed somehow. We're still uncertain on that one. Um, over here I had some food farms for carrots and potatoes and stuff like that. And I've torn it all down because I kind of figured I'd leave people to figure out, or come here and build if they wanted to, not leave them a big mess. Down below is where I did a lot of my mining, got my diamonds, and yeah, not much else to say about this place. Oops. Um, we're actually a bit north of the monument, so if I were to fly directly south, we'd run into the monument and Arcadia pretty quick. This is the remnants of somebody else's base, which we've destroyed and dismantled because the people were banned. Let's get back up in the air. Ow. Ow! Jerk. Alright. Got my flying skills on. This is the portal that takes us back to our base, which we are not going to go through because we don't need to go there. And this will take you to Arcadia. But if you'll look, I was mean and pranked him and called it Kermbopulous, which he didn't. He started laughing and he thought it was funny, so he left. And of course, everything branches off here, takes you to different people's bases. Some people are still playing, others not so much, and it makes me sad. We need to do something to get some more solid, not morally corrupt players on here that'll actually play the game like it's meant to be. Oh, it looks like Pie Man's still hiding out. Doesn't sound like he's under attack by any of the piglins yet. I think they're probably outside. Alright. Piglins make me laugh on the inside. They're kind of amusing creatures. Let's see. Over this general direction, which is the south path, this will take you to an area that has been set up for as a shopping district. I disagreed with the whole having to pay for a small area to build in and sell, and so I kind of struck out on my own, built my shop over there. If you follow this path down here, let's see, looks like this is an ice path for fast travel across the nether, similar to this boat ice thing. Let's see, if you go down here and take a right, it takes you to the Wither Skeleton Farm. The end portal is this direction, which I don't remember who did this. Elderpav, I think. He set this up, made it look nice, and I highly approved. I mean, it doesn't... When I set the standard for our nether walls, I just kind of wanted people to understand we want this to look nice. I didn't say, it has to be exactly this. And some people did make some changes and made it look really nice. Guess I should have made sure to ask that. Let's see if he's still hiding in here, if he teleported back home. Not in here. He must have teleported home. And this pathway here, which actually you can follow this around and it connects over to here. We never did do this for the other one, mostly because of the way this was built. Um, I may end up telling them to remove that, and we'll just connect this over to there. I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. It's not a huge thing. Not a big deal. So, let's go explore the city a bit. When we was coming up on 1.12 and we were wanting to, I think it was 1.12, might have been 1.13. We spent a lot of time discussing what we wanted to do for spawn. And I threw up the idea of having a nice big city. Others went with a smaller approach for some sort of a bridge, I think it was, and having like a bazaar on it. And they built the bridge as I was working on my city. And then it stopped. And I just kept kind of going on with my city. I started out. Where in the world did I start out with? Ah, yes. This corner over here. I made this huge sheet of glass, utilizing World Edit, and started off in this corner here, and built first couple of houses, and yeah, fountain, which at the time, I mean, we was just getting the soul sand and the other mechanics, and thought that was kind of fun. Uh, and yeah, I just, like I said, I started playing around with some design ideas. Went with the acacia look because it reflected well off of the white. And then I started putting water in the stairs. I'm like, this is so cool. And others started joining in. I built this one. I think I built up on my own. Yeah, I had built up to here on my own before others started taking notice of the city as an idea. And then Acagliano, he's one of the fellow moderators. Turquoise Dragon, Comic Idiot, Kerm Martian. I think Kerm built our power station over here. It's missing a couple blocks because I did a stupid in terms of administration things and broke it, but yeah, it's still there. Um, I built the hospital, which was kind of cool. Get your automatic door. And little Moonbeam came in and did some decorating for us. Got an aquarium here, and you can go upstairs. Not receiving enough video to maintain. What? Well, hopefully that doesn't continue. My connection seems solid. And it kind of became, well, as you can see, we never did get around to actually finishing this area. It's supposed to be operating tables and such in here, or on the bottom or middle floor. But we added some survivors to it to try and run with the story of the city. Because at the time, this was when we were just getting all that fun stuff, and the idea of the city was, it was a prosperous city, then a plague hits, and people started getting sick and turning into drowns, so the hospital was trying to take care of them, and they eventually realized, oh, hey, we can't do anything for this. ACAG even built a CDC over there where they were researching the disease, and eventually they started evacuating the city, and this would be where, the shuttle that brings people to the hospital to get taken care of after an accident or whatever would land. And as you can see, these people didn't make it, and the shuttle's long since gone. Oh, and multiverse, yeah, multiverse worlds to create the portal to take you to the roof. Thought it was a fun little gimmick. I feel like I'm missing something somewhere in here. I mean, there's a few skulls laying here and there. We wanted to make it kind of look like there was a dark outlook to the place without going hardcore into it. Turquoise Dragon built these apartment complexes here, and of course I fell right through. There we go. Ow! That did not work. There we go. He built one of them, and then he copy pasted the other two into it, and then of course went through and added some generic details and stuff of that nature. Actually think that when it gets dark out, that turns on. You know what? We're gonna cheat a little bit. I'm pretty sure it does do that though. Let's go up here. Yeah, so when it gets dark, those lights turn on. Kind of a cool little feature he added. Let's see. Turn that off and probably get some food going here. We added in a few little parks here and there. Some fancy fountain works. Of course, we made everything with tall grass, make it look like nobody'd been here. The houses themselves, as you can see, are areas. Roofs are collapsing in on some of them. Look inside. Is it this one? One of them? Nope, maybe not. I mean, some houses, they're just missing chunks. I think some of these over here, yeah. You got holes in the roof to show that they're in a state of disrepair and starting to fall apart. And then you've got... how do we properly get in there anyway? Let's go over here to the bridge. I also tried to run with an idea that there was a canal. Ow, that did not work. There we go. That ran through sort of the heart of the city. So you can get in a boat and go from one end of the city to the other without, having to go all the way around it. Like I said, we've got... learn how to fly here. Got yourself a park here, which also, again, we ran with lots of tall and thick grass. Hey, another survivor. Give him gold, he'll tell you a story. Here's a bridge. Got your little secluded areas for people to chill out. Maybe some couples get it or no. Let's see. There's multiple exits out of the city. You got one that takes you to this side of the mesa here. And then if we zoom in over here, you can see there's a bridge that lets you out onto that side of the mesa. Don't understand. Not receiving enough video. What are we doing, OBS? I don't get it. Anyway, I think this here was an ACAG build. which was supposed to be like a sea exploration and research vessel. It looks really cool from down here. Kind of made the windows a little high though. And if you've watched A. Cagliano, you'll know that he he does really good work in terms of building like little mini game worlds and stuff. He's got a Star Trek and Mob Mayhem and all sorts of cool things. Hmm. And over here, got another apartment complex. As you can see, it's suffering extensively from lack of repair. But for the most part, you can make it across with no problem. Don't think I'd be want to be one of the tenants that actually live in this place, though. Cool to be a problem. Very good for lawsuits. Holy, never did get around to hiding things inside the chest like we had talked about at one point in life. By the time we actually got around to finishing this up, we were just exhausted from Minecraft. A lot of us barely even played the first few days. Let's see, we'll take a look here at the disease research area. Let's see, still got one of the survivors here. And for some rotten flesh, he'll tell you more of the story. I believe this particular building and project was all done by ACAG. I think this was supposed to, or meant to be, an incinerator for the dead bodies. And of course, they've got just some random items for display. Conduits. Dang. Forgotten about some of what this all entailed. Oh, hey, and this is even utilizing an elevator. Very nice. You know, it's a good thing to go back and just see how things started. See what's there, what's been added. This here will take us to the event world, which basically you have your choice of mini games to play with. And as you may be noticing, we haven't even looked really at this building yet. We'll get there. There's some really cool things about this place, and we'll get to them all. River Eye, he's really good with things like this. He built himself, or built us, the server. A really handy and cool looking little lighthouse. I think if we take a look down here, oh, maybe not. I thought for certain there was a switch up here. Guess not. I think at one point he had turned it off, and now we got it. Now that the server's doing better performance-wise, it actually he's left it on again. Oh man, need some water. Take a look and see what's going on with this air. Why are we not receiving enough feed? Okay, now it's excellent. Maybe my internet's just being dumb. Well, if I get rid of that and shut off, what else do I have on here I can shut off? Well, I've got nothing else utilizing anything. Got Twitter open. Yeah, anyway, let's take a look at someplace else on here on the city. What in the world? Well, I'm curious, but what's in there? Nothing. I wonder if that's part of the look of this, maybe? Hard to say, but moving on. Ow. This project here was something I decided on because since we need an evacuation area, and this was kind of an advanced culture thing for their hospital. And see, things didn't go out so well here. Oh, stop it, stream. You say that, but you're just gonna go right back to saying, "Oh, hey, we're doing great." So, yeah. I decided on a shuttle area. As you can see, things did not go as planned for them. Ah, come on. Let me up there. No, I can't see. There we go. The shuttle had a wee bit of an accident. Never really gave any clues as to what, but the way I built the area, I tried to make it look like it had some sort of a serious engine malfunction. Maybe they were attacked by some drowns, it's hard to say. But ultimately, yeah, the shuttles never made it. They never got it. And they're using this one because the damage from this one caused damage to this one. As you can see, it's a little bit charred up, but it is more or less intact. But the explosion and subsequent shock waves ended up killing everybody. What else we got? I don't think anything else over here, or there was anything else over here. The overall idea and design idea for these shuttles was from Stargate Atlantis. That's why they're kind of roundish. I really like the idea. So, yeah, I just kind of stole the basic principle, basic idea of those and kind of did my own thing from there. As you can see, there's also an exit to take you into the mainlands this direction. Looks like somebody also may have built over there. Yeah, something to investigate later. We tried to encourage our players that come on here to go out into the world, build something. Don't hover around spawn. Don't be like those people over there that built right at spawn. We'll have to make sure it's more of a point on the next iteration of this server, which might happen for 1.17, might wait until 1.18. Anyway, we are inside another apartment complex, again ravaged by time. I know Moon was at one point working at decorations for this, for the interiors. I don't think she made it to the 3rd floor. I mean, who wants to spend all their time decorating in spawn when they could be out there playing and building their own stuff? But, yeah, she did make it to the 2nd floor at least. And she did an absolute awesome job at it. I think there's even more stuff on the bottom floor. But she kind of continued on with the people died here look. Dried blood here and there, plants and algae and such taking over. So, yeah, Lots of cool decorations on her part. Little Moonbeam did a most excellent job with it. Might have to see about trying to get back in here and finishing some of these builds before we put the server down for a new world. Earlier didn't say anything about it, but obviously you can see the gigantic nether portal takes you from here to the nether and back, mirroring each other. The obviously design inspiration of it, Stargate, because it is the greatest sci-fi show that has ever been produced. Fight me. But the creation of it's pretty easy. You need to have world edit capabilities. But you can basically take and you create any design you want in this type of shape, and then you can even use whatever block. And then say you fill the inside with, with cobblestone, and then you do a replace from like that corner to this corner or whatever, and you just replace it with the nether portal blocks. And there you go. It lets you create yourself a gigantic, ginormous nether portal without having to use those ugly obsidian blocks. Well, still got 2 people. If there's people watching, you guys can say hi. Let me know you're here. It's kind of quiet in the chat. But here, this is the main spawn administration building. Basically, when you spawn in for the first time, you are supposed to start in here. And this will take you to your rules board. See? The rules. It's important. You must know them. Basically, your instantly bannable offenses. We tried to keep it short and sweet. Being mean and griefing with the purpose of destroying people's stuff. Get you banned pretty quick. Stealing. Yeah, we don't tolerate that crap here. Be an adult. Play the game. Don't steal. We'll ban your butt. And then, of course, if you're running around with hacked clients and using it to cheat, and we find ways to, or we find out that you're doing that, and we have our ways of seeing it, we'll ban you. We ain't got time for that crap. Now, we'll issue warnings and temporary bans depending on how immature you're playing and how immature you're acting. Based on non-consensual PvP, just standard immature behavior. We'll tell you to stop, and if you keep it up, we will begin enacting punishments. Cursing and name-calling, we don't tolerate that. We'll tell you a couple times to get it under control and stop it, and if you keep it up, well, we'll start putting punishment on you. We have a rule that you don't AFK on the server. Sadly, admins are a little bit immune to that, but, what can you do? We get busy and distracted with other things, and we'll accidentally stay on the server for a little bit, but we try not to do it too much. And advertising other servers, we do not take kindly to that. We want you guys to play on our server, because our server's cool. Then, of course, a map of the main city and all of its cool features. Upstairs, actually, no, we're not going upstairs. We're going to the other side. Stop it. At one point, I had set this up for us to do announcements and stuff, and sadly, it's kind of just not been used. But it just tells you, gives you the messages of the day, and we're supposed to give you, like, news, new events we were running, things of that nature. We just don't pursue it that much. I may have to see how old some of this is and refresh some of it. And just like with the currency, you can see currency and trading on the 3rd floor of this building are several special villagers, which we will get to. And you can trade ores to get special currency from them so you can trade with other villagers to get special cool things. And this has the basic story of spawn. Recommended resources. Oh, yeah, they're also explain, while we don't do the hacked clients, we do encourage Optifine and other forms of texture packs and such that enhance the experience of playing on our Minecraft server here on Cemetech. Which, if Kerm happens to see this later on, I'm gonna annoy him with this one. It is Cemetech. Cemetech. Some people may know where that's from. It has two smaller portals. I'm not sure if this one's currently still operating, but this one would take you to our current resource world that's nether based for the 1.16 world. And this gave our players a chance to be able to go explore the nether without damaging the nether that we've already constructed and spent a lot of time building on. And then over here we have what's called the ABBA, or Resource World. Now, ABBA is a mini game of Minecraft that was set up, I don't remember by who. And basically, you just gather a group of players, you go do caving and exploring underground, trying to get as many different ores, from iron ore to emerald ore, and certain artifacts stocked up the best you can. And yeah, at the end of it, you do it like a 15 or 30 minute and up to an hour race, and whoever has the most stuff wins, and they get the most stuff back. But yeah, this portal looks like this. It just to indicate this is what kind of portal it is for your resource world. The only way to get back out of a resource world is, of course, utilizing either home or spawn. Oops, didn't need to do that. And last but not least of this building, well, might actually be a little more than that, but the main important thing of this building is our villagers, our custom ones. We have these things called Cemetech gems. You come up here and you trade ores with them, which I think is from this guy here. Yeah, so you trade in like 8 iron ore will get you a Cemetech gem. And that's kind of pricey on those, but I didn't set the prices. That was up to them. Emerald ore, they give you the gems, and then you can come over here to, say, the material. Oh my goodness. And yeah, so say you can find a whole bunch of iron, but you're not having much luck in terms of the diamonds. You can trade off a couple gems, start getting yourself some diamond ore, especially effective if you already have yourself a fortune pickaxe, and start working on getting yourself some diamond armor, diamond tools up. Our nether is actually kind of limited. We have a barrier around it, so getting your hands on nether quartz ore is kind of a pain in the butt. However, we have this guy selling it for fairly cheap, so you can gain access and do lots of building. Doesn't look like he offers anything beyond the blue ice, but we can get a bunch of sand in case maybe the ABBA worlds are not generating any deserts, which they're far and few between sometimes. Sponges are important because you only get so many guardians, but if you get lucky and ABBA starts spawning the temples, and you can go in and wreak havoc on those and get as many sponges as you want. And likewise with the coral items, it's kind of a pain to get some decent corals and then have to go and steal it from ABBA Worlds, so we've got one of these guys here to pick up the slack with that. I think we was leaving room for somebody to get stuff out of, but we never added another one. Oh well. And this guy, you can get basically it's a player head that's looks like a chest, and then presents and a few different odds and ends. And then, yeah, the absolute last part of this building, which would be, let's go here. These are the players that helped with building of spawn. Now, that TI-Freak guy, I can't say he fits in the whole awesome category, but I was one of the guys that helped build this place. With Little Moonbeam, River Eye, Comic, Kermartian, ACAG, and Turquoise Dragon. And when we finally opened up the end, the dragon egg was captured by one of us admins because, hey, we wanted to put it up here in spawn. And of course, we put in what day and year it was killed. Yes, yes. Sizzle, I'm smelling like bacon. Alright, was there anything else? Hey. Fine, we'll come over here. Oh, we forgot about this building. What was this? If memory is correct, I do believe this was meant to be a zoo. Yeah, I think I'm right. I think this was supposed to be a zoo, and I believe Turquoise Dragon was the one that come up with this idea. Of course, we have spawns set to where animals can't be, or most mobs can't be here unless we do what we did with the villagers. But, ceiling's collapsed. But yeah, this was supposed to be, have a bunch of exhibits for different animals in here. I'd kind of forgotten about that. There should be... What? Oh, an area for the teller. I understand now. I think there was a way upstairs, wasn't there? Haha! I found it. Anyway, go take a look upstairs. We were all about these elevator things back when they first popped up, as you can tell. But hey, they were really, really cool when they first came out, so can you blame us? But another one of those instances where lack of care and maintenance kind of wore the building down. Ow, why for you do this? There we go. I guess if you wanted to trick some people, you can put stuff in there. But then they would see, so it's hard to say. Ow! Alright, let's go back down. Sitting here watching the analytics of the chat. Trying to make sure everything's going well. Just see a bunch of numbers bouncing around. It's all good. Anyway, let's do a real quick run back home, because I don't think there's anything else here in spawn. Unless you want to see underneath spawn. I mean, it's kind of cool too. Now we did purposely build over a coral area. Oh, I forgot to put base foundation on some of these. Hey, there's a survivor down here. What are you doing, bud? Fascinating. But yeah, when we built this, there was a bunch of coral reefs and stuff over it, and we did our best to make sure that we kept that protected. Huh. And I went around with bone meal in creative mode and spammed it down on there to create as much of the grass and stuff as possible. Now there should be several cave systems floating around here. Hey, and there's a ship. Wonder if there's anything inside. Hey, the treasure's still there. Nice. Yeah, there's... okay. Thought as much. Buried treasure map. Fascinating. Anyway, as I was saying there, I kind of went around, spammed it for put as many sea pickles down as possible, and try to get as many flowers and grass going. And but there are all sorts of different caves, and well, this one's tiny. This sucks. Go find a better one. But I tried to make it look like there was a lot of life under the sea. Yeah, here we go. Like I said, I spammed it and didn't do a very good job in this ravine, apparently. Now I feel sad. There was a lot of caves and stuff to go under and look through and try to find. Yeah, I did a terrible job on this one. Way to go, past TI Freak. Gosh. Huh. Still raining up there. Hey, what's down here? Ooh, spooky. Thankfully, we're safe. We can run around without lights, weapons, or armor in here. Mobs can't spawn in this area. Oh, hey, get back out up here. Yeah, there's lots of different cave systems, like this one. Yeah, this would be a good example of all the spamming of bone meal I did. Floating through, just hitting that button, swimming on, finding another cavern and cave, and just kept at it, trying to make this place look as lively as possible so people would come and actually explore. Oh no! Lost connection. Ah, there we go. Oh, my fly mode's on. There we go. Alright. Well, I don't really think there's much else in Spawn to show off and showcase. I wonder how long we've been streaming for. 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's pretty decently long. As you can see here, some of the players have built an underwater railway system. Can go sneak around over here and lose it. Well, that's a bummer. But it looks like it's part of this system here. But it looks like it's part of this system here. As you can see here, some of the players have built an underwater railway system. Can go sneak around over here and lose it. Well, that's a bummer. But it looks like it's part of this system here. But it looks like it's part of this system here. As you can see here, some of the players have built an underwater railway system. Can go sneak around over here and lose it. Well, that's a bummer. But it looks like it's part of this system here. Oh, missing glass and stuff. Hopefully they won't blow up. That would be a problem. Kind of curious who's built this now. Anyway, there's another massive coral system over this way. Oh yeah, we was wanting to take a look at that one hut that's built basically right outside of spawn that don't look all that amazing, honestly. Go, pal? I see they acquired a couple of llamas. Doesn't look like they've got a lot going on here. Watch out, you alpaca wannabes. So, yeah. I'll snap a picture of that for now and send that off to the mod team and see if they want to remove it. Because honestly, it's not all that awesome of a build. I mean, if it looked awesome and fantastic and stuff, then we'd probably be very happy to keep it where it's at. But kind of like that construction over there. Let's take a look. That is a lot of sea lanterns being used. What's going on? Ow. Hi, Chalkin. Hey. Phoenix Island. Oops. Huh. Aha. So this is where the rails start. I understand now, but it seems rather incomplete. May have to poke the user about that and see if they're going to intend on finishing the project or not. Let's see. Go take a look over here. Show you iPhoenix's actual builds and construction area. I think he's teamed up with Icybeck, Command Block Guy, and I know at least one other that was building off over in this direction here. It looks like he has been doing some work inside here. Things are a little different than what I remember. Holy moly. Way out, way out, way out. Yeah, okay. What in the world is even going on here? Why? Why? Are those sponge blocks? I mean, generally if one wants to change their environment, they just go to a new environment that looks prettier, but this is kind of crazy. What's the sign say? Not a thing. What a tease. Oh, once upon a time, this is how you got to the massive shopping area. BM, I think. Black Market? Yeah, Black Market. BM 2.0, to the left. On your left. Obviously not in here. Aha! Fall down this hole. Now, let's see, we are here-ish. Wonder what's here. Looks like a really awesome build, though. So if we go the opposite direction of the city, which is over there, let's go. Let's go take a look. Alley-oop. Full speed ahead. Oh, didn't have to go far at all. Oh my. Wow, somebody's really been making some changes to the world around them. Huh. These are kind of reminiscent of the little huts inside Skyrim. Got the Church of Comic in the distance. Ah! Ooh, that's probably not a... Well, could be worse. Where does this take us? Aha, here we go. Up and at 'em. Trying to see if I could find some signage or something that would indicate who this actually belongs to. Isn't that just quaint? Huh, nice. I guess there's the cheating way of knowing. Let's turn on the inspector. Tall Prince. I see. So this is Tall Prince's domain. Here, let's go ahead and restock on those there. Now, I thought there was something else being built this direction. Oh my, that's a nice looking house. Huh. Let's see if we can find some signs of who built this. Nothing. Come on, people. Label who your base or what your base name is. Who built it? Helps curious people like me know what's going on, especially since I've been kind of MIA for the last several months. Here, I shouldn't need the shovel for a while. By Bancor. Bancor's house. Huh. Interesting. Offline for almost 2 years. See, stuff like that makes me sad. We need to get some more player base back in here. See if there's anything else this direction. Oh wow, look at this place. Some sort of, yep, there's more stuff going on this direction. y'all's bunch of jerks. Bunch of jerks. Hey, hey, die. Nope, nope, bad. Bad. Okay, probably should go home and sleep, but that doesn't seem like much fun. Go ahead and snipe at this guy. Snipe at guy. Hey, hey, I missed. How did I miss? I'm a terrible shot. There we go. Probably broke some. Yes. Oh well. Huh. I wonder if we can find any indication who this belongs to. Interesting setup. Oh, there's a sign. Aha, mid-sized meme space, work in progress. Probably another person that's been gone for a really long time. Oh, come on. Ah, taking you out. Come on. There we go. What's this? Mid-size? Okay, so he's just made sure everybody knew from different directions where he was at. I understand. Good man. Or woman. It's hard to say. Ooh, what's here? Looks like a fairly well-established base. Oh, crud. I missed. Let's see. Snipe on these guys here a little bit. Hey. Meanie. Are you kidding me? I don't need more of you guys. Uh-oh. Lag. Lag. No. 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 Stop. Stop. Ah. Missed him. Shot over his shoulder. Hey. Hey. You're a jerk. Stop it. Ah. There we go. Oh, there's no buttons to get in there? Dang. Oh, well, that's convenient. Don't need the door. Just go through the window. Ooh, this is a nice looking place. So you can keep from getting killed here. Well, definitely a nice looking place, but incomplete. Wonder who built it. Inspect. Okay. Unicorn 808. 400 days ago, so they've been gone for a little over a year, it looks like. Well, there's a lot more to explore on the server. The map's pretty decent in size. It's not anything drastic like a million by a million blocks, to be sure, but just do a real quick cheat here. So, yeah, that pretty much sums up some of the basic stuff, I guess. Some of the basic touring that got done. My base and my shop and some of the other cool places, especially Spawn Town. No, I really don't like what they did with the sound effect for this one, this block. But I guess it doesn't matter. Oh yes, bed. Let's go hit the bed up real quick. There we go. Let's get rid of some of those pesky phantom things. Anyway, guys, I appreciate those that stuck around and hung out with me for a little bit. Really enjoyed getting to see some aspects of the server again, because it's been a while since I've done some touring and exploring. Perhaps we'll do this again on another Sunday. But anyway, have yourselves a great day, guys, and catch you on another one.